even the name Nonstop has a N and a S in it.
Yeah.
And obviously Niharika is the N, no doubt about it.
Yes.
Right. The reason why we kept the word Nonstop was
Welcome to Beyond the Mic with Vishal Minawaala, and thank you so much, Saurabh, for giving me your time. It's an absolute pleasure to have you, and it's good to not chase you, and you came up front, which is brilliant. So I wanted to start with first, we can just have a small intro of yours to find
Sure.
out what do you do.
okay. All right. So my name is Saurabh. I am the co-founder and CEO of Nonstop Technologies. We started Nonstop around exactly 9 years back. Before that, I was part of IBM Storage Labs, where I spent around 6.5 years, mostly building products into storage domain. In 2015, when me and my co-founder Sumit started Nonstop, we had started with mostly building mobile apps in education sector, and slowly from there we have been building a lot more products for our customers. We have like around 80 plus today across the world, from US, UK, Japan, and India as well. And in all this time, our main motto has always been, we are the dream builders. We help startups or enterprises to build their software product, which is their dream, and we are their dream builders.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. So before I start with what you've been doing for work,
Yeah.
I would like to start with a little bit about yourself.
Sure.
So थोड़ा आपसे बात करें. You are not originally from Pune.
No,
Where are you from?
I was born in Amravati.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
And
like.
When did you come to Pune?
So I came to Pune, I think in 2004.
Okay.
So for my graduation, which I did from Pune Institute of Computer Technology, a brilliant school, and I finished it in 2008. And in 2008, I started working with IBM, and after IBM, I had Nonstop. Before that, I think because my father is a government servant, or rather was a government servant, he's retired now. He used to move around in a lot of different places. So I have spent my childhood in Amravati, Yavatmal, Akola, Nagpur, in those regions.
Wow.
I was also in Hyderabad for 2 years for my, say, 11th and 12th standard. And yeah, that's about it.
That's where some of the Hyderabadi accent comes out once in a
yes,
while.
I do.
It's
I
fun.
do.
It's fun.
Yes.
I would like to listen to it some more as well. So dad and mom and everybody is here, or dad and mom are still?
No, mom and dad are in Amravati.
Yeah.
Dad is retired. Mom was always a housemaker, so homemaker. So yeah, they are both back in Amravati.
Yeah.
I have a sister. She's in Pune.
Achha, she's here only.
Yeah, she's in Pune. Yes.
You have an elder sibling, younger sibling?
No, younger.
Younger?
Yeah, younger sister.
How young?
I would say like 5 years younger to me.
It's like, yeah, same here. I'm 4.5 years younger than my sister.
Okay.
Doesn't look it so. A grade more. So when people meet me, they think she's the younger one.
Okay.
Even my son thought the same. It happens. So there is a very interesting story. I want to talk about Niharika, your better half in everything.
Yeah.
So Niharika knows you since which year?
2006.
So at that time you were with IBM?
No. I was studying.
You were studying 2006?
Yeah, I was studying. I was in my third year. And we actually met in a train.
I want to listen to this story. Please tell me how you met.
Okay. So I think I was in third year and I was going back. So there is this thing called as, PL, preparatory leave.
Yeah.
Right? So before your exams, the college shuts down and they give you like 15-20 days of leave.
Correct.
Majority of my friends used to stay back, work and study in the library. I was more of a loner and I wanted to study separately. So I used to go back home. Right? And interestingly, Niharika was here for visiting her friends. So she didn't study in Pune. She came just to visit her friends, and we met in a train. I think there was Azad Hind that used to run at that time at 6 p.m. And we were in the same compartment, pretty much closer. The berths were pretty close, and we got started talking from there. And yeah, I think since been 2006, I think that's been going on. We got married in 2012.
Yeah.
after 6 years of dating. And yeah, today we have two kids, twins, around 3 years old.
Lovely story.
Yeah.
It's Jab We Met with a twist.
Yeah, Jab We Met, but I think in Jab We Met, probably the hero wanted to leave the world or something.
Yeah, but
I was not in that
you were
phase.
going to study.
Yeah, I was just going back for study.
But that's a nice thing. I really like it. But when we meet you together,
Yep.
it's unbelievable. There is this more friendship camaraderie that I really like.
Yeah.
Do you feel that helps with a lot of stuff because your work demands a lot of travel
Yes.
and it also demands a lot of time?
Of course, of course.
So
So
the camaraderie between a spouse, I like to always find out when you're working on your own, how does the backend help? How does
Yeah.
it work for you?
I think Niharika does a fantastic job in overall of this. So actually, before I started Nonstop, it was Niharika who started her own business while I was still working at IBM, right? So Niharika did her bachelor's study in Nagpur, and then in 2008 she came to do her masters. In 2010 she went back for her teaching job in Nagpur. Okay, and she was also a research scientist in NEERI, which is like an environmental department run by the government of India. After 2012, when we got married, she wanted to continue her career in teaching. She came here, she got into some colleges, and she realized that keeping the environment studies aside, people were not even able to speak, communicate properly, right? And my mother, basically encouraged her to, why don't you start your own thing, right? And I was still at IBM at that point of time.
Correct.
My mother and father were always, encouraging to, and you should have something of your own. And since I don't even when I was very young, my dad used to take me to various folks, look at the different factories, different businesses, how they are running it, what kind of problems that they're having. So this is always from in the back of my mind, right? So after getting married in 2013, few things started coming to my mind, but I wasn't very sure whether I should do it or not. Niharika came in 2012 after her marriage. In 2013, she worked at a couple of places. And in 2014, she decided that I'll start my own. So she started her own business. It was a spoken English classes, and she used to do communications teaching. She also used to go to some MNCs to teach them, correct their papers. I think she was in Springer Nature at that time.
Yeah.
So she used to go from like Baudhan to Magarpatta on a daily basis, come back, take the classes again in Baudhan area, and then come back home. So I saw that all that thing going on, and I also had in my mind that I need to start. So in 2014, I left IBM and I jumped into. So my first office per se, when Nonstop was, even before Sumit had joined in, which was Nonstop was we call it proprietary firm, right?
Yes.
So it was actually in her office. So she had a 3-room office, and one room was sort of like given to me, and I was the only guy who was working at that point of time. Even the name Nonstop has a N and a S in it.
Yeah.
And obviously Niharika is the N, no doubt about it.
Yes.
Right? The reason why we kept the word Nonstop was that's how both me and her are, or rather I am more of that. I am continuously in some or the other loop to either thinking of something, doing of something, and that's how the word Nonstop came in. And 6 months later, I think in early 2015, Sumit More, who is my co-founder at the Nonstop Private Limited, right? He came in. He's a brilliant chap. We both were say college mates at one point of time. So I know Sumit since 2004, right? We were in the same college. At one point of time, we were roommates also. But he joined IBM as well, the same company that I did. He went for his masters, came back, did some volunteering work at Lok Biradari Prakalpa, and that inspired him a lot. And in 2015, when our paths crossed again, it was like a no-brainer that we should start something, and now start something more legitimate and something like which have a far-fetched implications. So the private limited registration with me and Sumit as a director happened in August 19, 2015.
Okay.
So that's how we have now completed 9 years officially of that part.
We just passed the 9 years.
Yeah, past the 9. And all these years, Niharika has been, very rock solid person who has been taking care of home. Even right now, she's at home. We have kids, twins. I keep traveling. My travel is, it basically takes me to US, Hong Kong, Singapore. Yesterday, I was in Mumbai the entire day, and she manages the entire home completely by herself. She is a great painter, you know that,
Yes.
right? So even with the kids, like, just running around here and there, she can still think of what design to create, and she actually puts that design on the glasses.
Yeah.
And yeah, she just manages it wonderfully, and that gives me a lot of time to actually think about it. I remember one very interesting story when I told my dad that I'm going to leave IBM and start this. But dad was all encouraging, but he said, boss, you gotta take Niharika's permission. So he called Niharika and said, look, he's going to do so and so. Are you up for it? Right? And she was like, yes, I am all okay. He can leave the job and jump into it and do whatever he wants to.
I think that is a game changer in itself. When you have that support, anything
Yes.
is possible.
100%.
And that, I think, is a wonderful thing to learn, that your dad had such a lovely vision ahead.
Yeah.
That he realized that the value of your spouse in a commitment that you are going to make in your work is
Yes.
so important.
True.
That because if that's handled, no, in your backend is beautifully handled.
Correct.
The vision ahead becomes so clear.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to move forward, that I think this is wonderful.
Yeah.
I want to take this with me as well. So I think this is a great thing to have.